At Lifestem Academy, or the Learning Institute for Excellence, we talk about the Gauss, Euler, Newton math tournament. Let me write their names on the board. Gauss, named after Carl Friedrich Gauss, the German mathematician born in 1777. Euler, the Swiss mathematician born in 1707. And Newton, the English mathematician born in 1642 on one calendar and 1643 on a different calendar system. It's only people like Newton we care about when we talk about different calendar systems. Like how many people take time to figure out, well, this person is on the Gregorian calendar and this one is on a different calendar, right? So these three people then are usually called the greatest mathematicians the world has ever known. Now, there are people like Ramanujan, Riemann, we could go on and on, Paul Erdős, John von Neumann. There's some great minds. Like in the 1900s, John von Neumann, Paul Erdős, those are some of the big names that you would say in prolific mathematicians. Today, Terence Tao at the University of California, Los Angeles, his name comes up when we're talking about some of the top mathematicians. Andrew Wiles, who solved Fermat's last theorem, comes up as well. So anyways, it's important that we understand some of these people and the role and the things they did to win the Fields Medal or different awards. And so what we do at Lifestem Academy now is we're going to have this tournament called the Gen Maths Tournament. What is the Gen Maths Tournament? What I've done is I've taken Leonard Euler's book, right? And there's also a math history book. So this is Leonard Euler's book called Elements of Algebra. It's free, it's online. And I'm saying, take that book, let's study it together. The first half of the book, let's do a tournament October 23rd. So on October 23rd, which is Mole Day for chemistry people, which is like the Pi Day for chemistry people. On October 23rd, log in on Zoom. I'll give you guys a link. I'll give you the instructions. And for 1 hour, we're going to see who can do the most problems accurately and also answer math history in that hour as well, right? Let's say from 12 p.m. Central to 1 p.m. Central. And let's see kids all across the nation just have fun with Leonard Euler's book. Let me give you an example of some of what will be on the Gen Maths Tournament. We're going to be looking at math history. We're going to be looking at calculations, of course. Like we're going to have calculations out of some of the topics that Euler covers. But why is Euler fascinating? Because he was very good at math, and yet he devoted time to explaining the concepts, the basic concepts. Here's the beginning of his book. His book starts out by saying, The Elements of Algebra, Part 1, containing the analysis of determinate quantities. Section 1, of the different methods of calculating simple quantities. Chapter 1, of mathematics in general. So he had part, section, chapter, and then article 1. So he's very detailed, right? He has article 1, is going to have chapter 2, and so on and so forth. So this is what he says. Whatever is capable of increase or diminution is called magnitude or quantity. Whatever is capable of increase or diminution is called magnitude or quantity. A sum of money, therefore, is a quantity since we may increase it or diminish it. It is the same with weight and other things of this nature. From this definition, it is evident that the different kinds of magnitude must be so various as to render it difficult to enumerate them. And this is the origin of the different branches of mathematics, each being deployed on a particular kind of magnitude. Mathematics in general is the science of quantity, or the science which investigates the means of measuring quantity. Mathematics in general is the science of quantity, or the science which investigates the means of measuring quantity. Now, we cannot measure or determine any quantity except by considering some other quantity of the same kind as known and pointing out their mutual relation. If it were proposed, for example, to determine the quantity of a sum of money, we should take some known piece of money as a louis, a crown, a ducat, or some other coin, and show how many of these pieces are contained in the given sum. In the same manner, if it were proposed to determine the quantity of a weight, we should take a certain known weight, for example, a pound, an ounce, and so on, and then show how many times one of these weights is contained in that which we're endeavoring to ascertain. If we wish to measure any length or extension, we should make use of some known length, such as a foot. So then he goes on, he says, number 4, he provides an explanation. Number 5, Then it goes on number 6. In algebra, then, we consider only numbers which represent quantities without regarding the different kinds of quantities. These are the subjects of other branches of mathematics. Arithmetic treats of numbers in particular and is the science of numbers properly so called, but the science extends only to certain methods of calculation which occur in common practice. Algebra, on the contrary, comprehends in general all the cases that can exist in the doctrine and calculation of numbers. But notice he's making an explanation for every single thing. Chapter 2, the title is of the signs plus and minus. That's where he starts. When we have to add one given number to another, this is indicated by the plus sign. That's what Euler is saying. This great mathematician, who was also a man of faith, by the way. You read the introduction of his book, and it's very clear that the students are like, yeah, possessing a mind of such wonderful comprehension and dispositions, so admirable form to virtue and happiness. Euler found no difficulty in being a Christian. Accordingly, his faith was unfeigned, and his love was that of a pure and undefiled heart. The advocates for truth of revealed religion, therefore, may rejoice to add to the bright catalogue, which already claims a Newton and a Bacon and a Hale, the illustrious name of Euler can be added to that list. Here's one more thing I'll say, if you don't mind, because I want my students not just to know math, but I want them to be people of character. But on this subject, we shall permit one of his learned and grateful pupils to sum up the character of his venerable master. His piety was rational and sincere. His devotion was fervent. He was fully persuaded of the truth of Christianity. He felt its importance to the dignity and happiness of human nature, and looked upon his detractors and opposers as the most pernicious enemies of man. That's what it says of him. He was very serious about his faith. Okay, Leonhard Euler. Great story is told about him by William Dunham in a book called Euler, the Master of Us All. His story, some of his math is also integrated into other math history books as well. So Euler goes on to talk about addition. Amazing that he takes time to do that. He gives us some more details on addition, and then he talks about multiplication. So if you want to study for the Gen Math Tournament, just take Euler's book and just read Euler's book. Read the first 100 pages. Practice your addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Practice your understanding of prime numbers and divisibility rules and your times tables, right? Make sure you understand fractions, because he covers fractions as well and goes into some detail there. So those are the first set of elements, I would say, for the Gen Math Tournament. Learn from Leonhard Euler, and you'll be fine on the tournament. October 23rd from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. It's based on speed and is also based on understanding of math history. Thank you for watching this video. Please feel free to subscribe for more videos like this. We're going to explore the lives of Euler, Newton, Gauss, James Clerk Maxwell, Katherine Johnson from Hidden Figures, you might know her. Just different people who did math or have some applications of mathematics for us. In her case, it was in aeronautical sciences. So stay tuned. We're going to have more exciting videos on the history of math, the applications of math, but please register for the math tournament. The link will be available here shortly. Email me if you want to just register that way. Take care and have a blessed day. Oh, and one more thing. There will be a big prize for that Gen Math winner. The winner will get one of my courses for free, which will be a complete math course with everything included, all the books, all the resources, and time with our tutors to continue furthering their education. Take care. Have a blessed day.